Hello, beautiful alchemist. Welcome to Reiki Radio. I am your host, Yolanda, and I am very excited to share with you a series of podcasts that are very special to my heart. So, over the years, if you've tuned into Reiki Radio for a while, you know that this podcast began as a way to share what I was personally experiencing while practicing and exploring energy work, as well as coming into deeper relationship with myself. And I was sharing because at that time, there wasn't a lot of resources available where I could find that people were talking about what was really going on, what they were really encountering through their practices. And so Reiki Radio was born in hopes to share and exchange and connect with other practitioners out there so that we could help each other grow through these beautiful journeys of transformation. And if you fast forward a bit, if you come up through the archives, the podcast hit a point where there were more people tuning in. And thankfully, because of your presence, I started receiving interview requests. And so over the last few years, I have had the beautiful opportunity of interviewing so many different healers, teachers, authors, people that were willing to come onto the podcast to share their stories, their insights, their different tools for practices, their different personal experiences and expressions. Also, again, just to build community around this work and share with a lot of you the different options that are available to us through these layers of what I refer to as energetic alchemy. So I am very, very thankful for all of the connections that have been made through the podcast. I'm thankful that you have shown up and allowed me to share not just my personal experiences, but also the insights from other teachers, healers, and authors. But this series is to wrap up season 8 of Reiki Radio. I can't believe that there are even 8 seasons of this podcast. I had no idea of what it would grow into when I started. I was just hoping that at least one person would tune in. So I am extremely humbled and thankful for everyone who does listen and your stories that you share with me after listening to different episodes. But I wanted to go a little bit back to the roots of the podcast. In fact, that is my plan for season 9, and we'll see how that manifests itself. I mean, I kind of just stay open to how I am guided. But to wrap up this current season, I did want to go back to what started all of this for me, which is the practice of Reiki meditation, but also, and more importantly, how this work expresses through us personally, and how this work, even outside of what we recognize as our practice, like sitting in meditation or being in Reiki sessions or laying hands on ourselves, whatever it may be, I am very inspired to share the messages of how this work expresses through our daily life, how this work actually changes us and refines us and helps us to understand and reclaim ourselves in higher ways. That's what this work has emphasized to me. And I am always interested in knowing how it is expressed through other people and their journeys as well. So, as many of you know, I have a group that I work with called the Alchemy Circle, which has been just a phenomenal part of my path and my practice as well. And while the people in the group show up, I imagine with the intent of learning from me and me holding space and teaching what I know and have come to understand. The truth is the group is really communal. I mean, and we learn from each other. And I'm also big on that. So I am always in the role of student and teacher respectfully. And I have learned so much from the beautiful alchemists that are in the group. But the real gift for me has been through the work that we do together, because several of them have been in the group for, over a year, maybe even some over 2 years. I have been able to personally witness their own process and journey of transformation. The way that they apply the tools, the way that they do the work, and how it becomes very personal to them, their expressions, and how it has created significant shifts and changes within their own life experience. So that is who I wanted to focus on as we wrap up season 8. Again, it has been an absolute honor to interview people who work with different modalities, have written many books, all the different practices that have been shared on Reiki Radio. But I do want to make sure to bring it back home, so to speak, for everyone who tunes in, wanting to have more clarity and understanding about how the practice of Reiki, again, meditation, how this can be sustained, how we grow and evolve through our practice. Again, how to even work with what it is that we're practicing in practical ways. There's no better way to understand than to hear the real life accounts of the people that are doing the work. And again, because I know firsthand that these people are doing the work, I invited some of them to come and share their stories with you. So what you will learn through this series, the Alchemy of Reiki series, is you will learn how some of the energetic alchemists are doing the work, what stands out to them, what has worked for them, and what they have learned through these expressions, all in an effort to support and encourage you in your path. You will also find how many of them share stories that reveal how the practice really does express through everyday life. It's not just regulated to the times where you can take 20, 30 minutes or an hour to sit in meditation or be in a Reiki session. You are in your practice all the time. Your life itself is your spiritual practice. And I hope that you really get that and feel that through these beautiful conversations. So I want to thank you, as always, for your presence. Thank you for being part of the community of Reiki Radio. If you are new to the community, there are, again, several podcasts you can go back to in the archives. I started the podcast in 2013. If you're very curious about Reiki specifically, I would say go to the older episodes and tune into the series that we're about to dive into. The series will begin on next Monday. So if you mark your calendar for November the 29th, you will begin the series with us. And I would love to hear your insights. I would love to hear your feedback, as always. So you can reach out to me through my website, theenergeticalchemist.com. If you would like to join us in the Alchemy Circle, you can find more information about the Alchemy Circle and the work that we do also on my website. And if you want to connect with the people that you hear in these conversations, please feel free to click on the links down in each show description that will direct you to their work, their social media, and other ways of being in connection with them. I thank you again. I'm looking forward to sharing this series with you. Have a beautiful day, and remember to always journey in love.